out some pieces of clothes. We're gonna try them.
I've been rewatching The Legend of Korra over the past 2 weeks, and I am obsessed with Avatar. That's something that is always going to remain. It's always going to remain such a good series, and with the rise of the leak of the movie online and everything, the clips that I saw, they're good, but I'm trying to avoid the spoilers. Long story short, I've been rewatching The Legend of Korra, and yesterday I was finalizing the book 2, where it's talking about spirits. And in that episode, there on the final episode, I'm just going to go, I hope I don't spoil it for people that have not watched it, but this is just important for my story. You see that Tenzin's brothers and sisters, that they are in the spirit forest and the fog of the lost, where you see people, they basically lose their mind because their mind is going to become and turn against you. And while I was watching the episode, I just had a reflection that was like, that is literally what we have in life. That episode just showcases how your mind can become your biggest enemy. I was complaining about it like in February, how my mind is like such a huge thing that's like against everything that I'm doing. And watching that episode made me realize how much your mind is your biggest enemy or your biggest ally. And over the course, when I was doing my run today, I noticed how my mind was calm. I was focused on the task at hand. I didn't have anything distracting me. I was just focused. And I've had, I think for the past 2 runs, I've noticed a big difference from the beginning, that when I was running, I was like, oh, I can't do it, I'm tired of it. But now I notice how my mind is just in a certain flow state that I just continue going and I focus on the next step and take everything step by step. Which is really fun, because that means that I'm doing something good and that I'm enjoying my body, and my entire mental and my entire being is just adjusting to the art of running. But it is not an easy journey to get there, because this morning I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was like, I don't want to go for a run. I kind of just want to sleep. I'm tired, my hip is tight. I don't know why I want to go do this. Why did I sign up for a marathon? But I still got the work done. And it's just your mind. It's such an interesting thing, which is why I'm also very interested in studying psychology, is because so many people have things in their mind and everyone's brain works differently, and that is what makes it interesting. My brain is not wired the same way as, for example, my siblings or my mom or my friends. It's very different, and once you're able to control your mind, I feel like life becomes way easier, because you're not going to care about what other people think about you. You're going to wear whatever that you want. You're going to do stuff that you want. But once your mind is against you and doesn't allow you to take those steps, that is when life becomes complicated. And that is what I've learned. And that is what running gave me today. Speaking about running, since I'm going to be doing my half marathon soon, I finally made a purchase that was long overdue, and that is a running vest. I went to the Lidl and they had them on sale, so that's good. I was planning to get them today. I was going to shop with my sisters, but I got a normal running vest and I got one with a backpack type style. As you can see, there's this liquid thingy for water that you can put in your bag. Since my goal, I think saying this out loud might sound very big, but I want to run an ultra, and that's more than 40 kilometers. This will come in handy because you can have like stuff here, stuff. I saw a lot of like bags and thingies to put the things. I'm just testing out running vests. This week I'm planning to run 21 kilometers. I'm actually gonna run a half marathon. I am terrified, but also not, because I feel like I can do it. Once my body's warmed up, I feel like I can go any distance, but it's still like a mental challenge to get started. But I'm really excited to try it out, and then once I've ran this 21 kilometers, then I'll feel ready to actually run the marathon. I feel like if I have not ran that distance yet and I start on race day, I'll feel so tense because I have never seen my body or noticed how my body reacts after such a distance. So I'm excited. We're going to be doing that on Friday, and I'm going to be taking guys along the bag. So yeah, this is perfect. And I'm also doubting to get a running watch because my current watch, I'm not wearing it. On my current watch, I have a Samsung watch something, and the battery just dies. And the only reason I have the Samsung watch is because it looks good, it looks aesthetic, it looks clean, and a sports watch always looks somehow. But after having some recommendations on threads, I asked, and Kors replied, and they said that I should get Kors and not a Garmin. So I was convinced. This is a year since I started running, and we're doing a half marathon. Big win. Anyways, had a shopping day with my sisters. I got some stuff that I'm really happy with. It is so hard for me to find the right pair of jeans that always sits right, and now I finally have something that sits right. Once I find something that just sits right, I always just buy multiple pieces of the thing in the same color, because it's very hard, especially with jeans, to find the right thing for me. I bought these a while back and I was actually really happy with how they sit, how they fit. They're just exactly the right fit. So today I got some new colors. I got the dark blue one, the black one. I needed jeans without holes, so these is the other one. And then I found a really cute dress. As you guys saw, I tested it in the store and I'm really happy. One of my old colleagues at my work had a similar dress like this. Well, it was like a jeans, and I'm so happy that I found it in the store. It was literally on sale and the last piece there. So I finally have one, because this is gonna be perfect for the weather that's already like happening, summer, spring. I love it, so I'm really happy with it. Since I got my running vest yesterday, I got this flexible or fluid water bottle that I can be putting in my vest. I got my speedy glasses. I like these because of the color. It looks pretty cool. Bro, if I run by you like this, I literally look fast. I'm just like, you'll just see that behind you, this. That's how fast. I took these specifically for the color, because the color looks so cool. It reminds me a bit of like Spider-Man. It's like a bit of purple, a bit of orange. And since I have been running so much and I am training to do my marathon, it was only right for me to start getting more electrolytes. So electrolytes are so expensive for no reason. I got these electrolytes and I've been using them for a long time, so they're the ones that are pretty good. It's just a tab. I put them inside my water. I've been using always like one. I got like 6 pieces. I got a lot of orange. I'm trying red fruit. Framboos. I don't know what that is in Dutch. I always get these in Holland and Paris. That's my to-go store for my electrolytes. And then the shampoo, Dove. I just got an email that was not an outcome I expected to have. For over the past few months, I've been, of course, applying to jobs and stuff, and I thought I had this job in the bag, and I really thought that I got the job, that I already had the offer, everything lined up. But sadly, they went with someone else and I did not get the job. So the stability that I thought that I had in the upcoming months is something that did not exist. That was only something that was in my mind, and I should have known, because they did not get back to me for over a month, and I was just thinking they needed more time or they were just waiting for something. But no, I did not get the job because I didn't have enough experience. And I think that is something you hear often as a designer, especially as a student just finishing school. Even though I have some experience, it's not enough apparently. And that is something you hear a lot. I have seen it with my classmates, that people apply to job, they literally are doing something else instead of their actual profession, which they studied for. And that is very demotivating to see, but that still counts as a disappointment for me. And that's some news that I did not expect myself to have, because I really thought I had this job in the bag. And I think how I am, I start spiraling and I start thinking, okay, now I need to find something else. I need to work hard and make sure that I have something that is coming in. And then I'll start spiraling into wanting to work and overperform and do all this kind of stuff. But I think some things happen for a reason, and that at the moment I just need to take it easy and step by step and just really organize my thoughts and not start making rash decisions. And that is what I'm trying to avoid. I can't live on nothing for forever, if you understand what I mean. Anyways, today I have an interview with someone that reached out to me through email. For their school assignment, they wanted to interview a designer. I was supposed to do this in person, but because of some stuff that came up, I could not do it in person. So we're going to be doing it online. I'll have that probably around 12 or later than 12. The goal for today is to just make sure that I focus on getting stuff out on my social media. I think that knowing this might be something that works is something that you just have this perceived vision of stability at the moment, and that is having a job, a 9 to 5, and making sure that you get your money in that way. But I think that if I look at it longer, it's like, I think you just need to have something that makes you passionate, and this is what makes me passionate. I need to be creating videos. So Abigail reached out to me that she's going to help me with organizing my strategy and doing everything. So we're in the process of doing so. I got some homework for her since my last meeting. Last week I did not do anything, which is bad on my side. But this week I'm planning to do 110 effort, especially with the news that I literally just heard. So today we're going to be batch recording about probably 3 to 4 or 5 videos that I can push out for the upcoming 2 weeks. And that's the new strategy, to make sure that I batch record content and create content that's easily shareable and get my follower count up. That is the goal for the next few months. I want to reach 10k, and that is not going to happen by sitting down being sad by myself. So we hit the gym this morning. I'm happy I got my session in, and I feel okay. I think at the moment I'm just like a bit demotivated because I was expecting something to be coming in, but that didn't come in. That did not come in. Crash out for real. And I think this is just a good reminder for me to like just grind as hard as possible, and that's the mindset that I have. Just move on to the next thing, and hopefully we'll find something else. I still have the clip of me being happy that they called me, getting back to me, and I told that I had the job. My reaction was based off that I already got the job. That was the reaction I had, but that was sadly not the case. I've already applied to a lot of jobs here in the area, but sadly a lot of rejections. So yeah. If you get a lot of rejections, you just have to start looking at other options to be doing stuff, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. So we pivot and work on something else. Prepare for my trip, my first solo trip tomorrow. I'm going to be having a day trip. I'm excited for that, and I think it just came at the right moment. Some things happen for a reason, and this is one of those things that sadly you can't control. And yeah, we just have to move on. Ik moet nog wat dingetjes bij elkaar halen, maar ik denk dat ik alles wel heb. Ik dacht een beetje effort kan misschien helpen om te overtuigen natuurlijk. While I was on my exploration, I got called by a guy that's hosting trial running, Alps Adventures. I was watching a TikTok yesterday and I saw trial running in Switzerland for a few days, and I thought, why not sign up? Because I want to do more things for the plot. They reached out to me when I was like doing my shots today, and they told me that like, they're gonna do a training run and they're gonna do a trial run of 18 kilometers or 25. I have not ran and tried trial running, and I'm not even that consistent with long distances yet, but it's only 20 euros and I'm getting lunch after, and I'm like, I should do it for the plot. I should do things for the plot. That's what I'm telling you guys. So I need to let them know if I'm gonna be participating on their trial run I'm telling you, this Sunday. And even if I don't enjoy it and don't end up going to the trip, at least I went out and had the experience, and I'm like, I should just do it. It cost me 20 euros. I'm gonna be so battered after because 18 kilometers is long, and I'm like, should I just go for the 25? But I've never ran 25 kilometers. The goal of this year is just to do more things for the plot, and this is literally just a perfect thing. Finished my very first trial run. I did 19k. That was an insane experience, first of all. That was really fun. I had a lot of fun, but damn, that shit is hard. I knew trial running was difficult. I knew I went in maybe a bit too oblivious. People that do this as an actual, like, that's their workout, I respect them, because I don't think that's something for me. First of all, I am afraid of insects. We're running through trials, through trees and shit, which is good. I did it. I overcame that fear in that aspect. The people were on a very fast pace. They were just running, so because they had experience, people were of course great runners, so of course it's gonna be like more high tempo, and they warned us about it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, see how it goes. So the first we were only 4k in, and I was like, bro, if this is 4k, how am I gonna complete the rest? And I had a gel, so I felt good, but I was just constantly like falling behind back in the group, constantly like there was this huge gap between me and the rest of the group. So I had to switch to the 18-kilometer group. So they were running a different pace because they had 2 pace groups. And so far it went really well. That went better, way better. I think I should have just doing that from the start. But I wanted to try and see where my body could take me and just push my body in ways that I thought I could grow, but that was a good lesson. Ironning showed me a very beautiful place that are here in the Netherlands. Truly a beautiful, where it was called Bergendal. The forest there was truly beautiful. I wasn't able to take it in because I was literally looking at my feet, so I don't like twist my ankle or anything, which I still did. It's just so different than normal running. I can't explain. It's just you're going up constantly, then you're going down. It's much more technical than road running, and I'm just afraid of the injuries that you can get from it. Two things that I noticed with my body during this run is, one, my legs were not dead. They were not dead. It was just like the altitude, so breathing wise it was really hard to breathe, and it was very burnout. So the heat, I need to drink a lot of water. I had to really watch. It was very technical, but I think that I could have cleared the 25k if I was on a slower pace, but that is aside. And other than that, I also noticed how my body has really adapted to running. My heart rate was 161 on average for the total of the run, so that was good. But I just noticed that my body can handle the run, so that's like a good thing, that I'm good on pace. My body's adjusted to running, so I feel much more confident in doing the half marathon. I can clear that very easily. Although this running vest, guys, I have to be honest, it's not that good, because constantly when I was running I was holding the top like this because it was slamming my body completely hard. That was a bit annoying. One thing that I also have to say is that this was my very first run that I did not use any music at all, because we were just talking with people, taking in the nature. I took my earpiece because I thought, oh, we can play music, but bro, I was so focused on the run and just speaking that I was able to do it without the music. And what I learned for myself is that I can run without music. It's pretty easy. Focus on your pace, focus on your rhythm. I had a great experience. It was a really great experience. So thank you for them for hosting. And this has also motivated me to look for a run club here in my area, and also just participate in events from that. So many wins today. We learned a lot about my body, about myself, and about my way of thinking. Bro, my mind is so much calmer. If you need to have a calm mind, start running, because your mind is going to be too busy thinking about what you're doing that you don't have time to think about whatever that's bothering you. That's what literally kept me going in a very difficult period in my life. Running literally, because I was not able to think about anything else. I needed to focus on what I was doing, and reading and everything. Running guys. I just got called by a football club that I signed up to, that I said I was just gonna try my luck, and they reached out to me that they would like to have me on sollicitatie, which means I'm invited to go and present myself. It's not a full contract, but it's like 7 months. It's still something, but I just never expected them to actually reach out. Bro, I be doing things and not thinking about how I'm gonna get there. Since the beginning of May, I'm participating in this challenge called the May 50k. It's a challenge where they're raising funds for research on MS, and I decided to participate, and I set the goal at 100k in a month. Since I'm training for my half marathon and I'm training for the full marathon, I knew that I was gonna reach the mileage no matter what, because I take my daily walks and I'm running. So if I can run or walk or even do any sort of activity and support a good cause, I would always do it. So, and your support is greatly appreciated by clicking the link in my description. I have a link there. Donate anything you have to help raise funds for MS research. And the organization reached out to me because they want to have access to my video. So I'm just gonna send it to them, and anything I can do to help a good cause is definitely just a win on my path. Over the past few days, I've been getting into my head a lot. There's this thing always when I have these trips and stuff. It's very fun that I go on these trips, but once I return, I start getting into my head again. And I think today was one of those days where my job and everything, that I don't have a job yet, that I'm chasing content creation. Is it even worth of a dream to be chasing? You have all these doubts that come up, but I think that pushing through that and understanding how your mind works in that way and knowing how to navigate those thoughts is very important. Sometimes I really think that what I'm doing is very useless, but then other people see my talents that I cannot seem to see, which is it's just a thing I've always had. I have all these skills and all these things that I can do, but I feel like I'm not utilizing them enough. And even if I then do utilize them and use them a lot, I feel like at the end of it I just remain burnt out. And that's what I'm trying to avoid with this. I just want to thank you guys also for all the support you guys have been giving me on all the love on the videos and all the vlogs. I really do appreciate you. And I'm going to be doing my best with still creating fire content. There are a lot of stuff that I can do even if I'm not having a job. And a job is not your entire personality. That's something I need to remember. I've been addicted to this game ever since I discovered that I used to play this again. And I've been playing it ever since. And okay, I need to log in. But it has been going pretty well. I've been enjoying it. It's like a very quick game you can play that is fun.